Most people don't understand what it actually takes once you get into boot camp. It seems very, heroic and all those other things on like social media and, the commercials for the Marines you see all the time. But I think that it takes a lot more grit and mental fortitude to be able to pass boot camp than most people would actually think. The cultural diversity in boot camp, they only really teach you is like Afghanistan and Iraq. Those are the main pushes. So most people get taught that just because it's the standard right now because of Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. Cultural diversity, you have to be respectful of other cultures. So like when we were to Japan, you have to do things a certain way, you can't talk a certain way, you can't, look at people a certain way. It's different for every country. Australia has their own certain regulations. You can't, like firearms, that's not a really big thing in Australia, so I'm sure civilians aren't really used to seeing military forces walking around with that. So it's like more of a discreet thing there. And then like Japan, firearms are banned all throughout Japan. So it's like you have to be more discreet when we're going out in town for operations over there. There's a lot of cultural classes to train us on like how to react and how to behave in certain different countries. Like it's a couple weeks of classes on each country, and there's somebody who's either from that country or has been to that country for a long time that teaches the class on everything you should and should not do there. Like also wildlife. Australia is full of poisonous everything, so it's like we had a brief for a couple days on like just what can kill you, what can't, how to treat it, things like that. It basically covers language barriers, how to speak, for example, if you're going to Japan, Japanese, or if you're going to Australia, obviously they speak English, but some of the lingo is different. The way things are meant can be different in any country, but they make sure that you understand not to do anything disrespectful, because some things in the US that are considered normal aren't considered normal in other countries. So they go over everything from language to hand signals to, obviously, like I said, wildlife, things like that, to help you prepare to make sure you don't do something to spotlight the US.